From exact replication attempts to loosely inspired works to vocal versions of instrumentals, 2022 was a pretty great year for Argent metal. For those of you just learning about it now, Argent metal is intense heavy metal paired equally with electronic elements. It often has grindy, noisy, bendy guitar tones, highly distorted synthesizers, rhythmic repetition, especially with the drums, sound design that supports the song and puts you into the story. Right now that's mostly about fighting demons. And then it has a bright, loud, electronic style of mixing and mastering. Hello, I'm Jeffrey Day, and I make mostly Argent metal for a living. I'm currently away from home filming this in Nashville, Tennessee, before the new year, and so it's not my usual look. Anyway, the phrase that I want to nominate for Argent Metal Phrase of the Year is workout playlist. This music makes you feel like a boss, whether it's a combat montage or a heroic feat of strength or just walking in slow-mo with that low camera angle. So yeah, workout playlist. Let's go through some notable uploads from 2022 that specifically mention Argent Metal or Doom Eternal. Of course, I made a bunch of songs. I don't want to focus on that for this video though. Just go check out my channel if you're curious. Instead, I want to talk about some of the names that have contributed a lot, and also some folks that I've been keeping an eye on. So keep in mind that I'm getting most of my information from YouTube and also from Spotify playlists focused on Argent Metal. So this is definitely not a complete list. And if I forgot about you for some reason and you should have been included in this video, just comment down below and tell everybody that you make Argent Metal, because that's what we're here for. We want to hear more Argent Metal. Okay, let's dive in. Couple of big ones right off the bat to mention. Jupiter's Giga Slayer Funky Town really took off, and also my own Slayer's Paradise, which kind of means the Doom memes are alive and well in this community. That's good. Alex Terrible did a vocal cover of BFG Division. That was pretty sick. Small samples of Mick Gordon's work for Atomic Heart have been leaking from his social media, so we've been trying to pay attention to that. Let's see if we get any more soon. There were a couple of folks who have been releasing a steady stream of Argent metal over the last year, and I want to talk about them now. We have The Last Bearender. Digiterra. Rob Sigurd. Apologies if I don't say this correctly. Christian Haristo. The aptly named Argent Foundry. And I've been seeing a bunch from Aaron Prevails. Go subscribe to those folks. They seem to be making music on a regular basis. They're probably going to make more. Worth checking out. God, this is a noisy town. Okay, here's some folks that made a little bit less music in 2022, but I'm still keeping an eye on them anyway. All right, first up, we've got Geoff, Dark Ovis, and Zach Houston, all of which are involved in the Argent Metal Discord server community. And they've been making Argent Metal for a while. They put some stuff up in 22. They're going to be making more music, I assume. Go listen. Also, there's Sergey Pupko. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly. He's somebody that I featured on my channel a couple of times. He makes Argent metal, but he also does some orchestral stuff with Justin Williams, Nuclear Motion, and he does some stuff on his own too. It's really cool if you're trying to get a little bit outside of that Doom stuff and get into the more concert cellos and horns vibe. It's pretty sick. Someone else I was impressed with recently was The Day We Died. They've been doing some really cool sound design stuff, and I featured them in one of my recent videos, so they are worth checking out as well. This is my first time trying a lavalier mic, and I can't adjust the volume on my phone, so if it clips, I'm really sorry. I think it goes without saying that I'm excited to see what both Jesse Zaretti and David Levy are going to be doing in 2023. I've worked with them a little bit, and they're fantastic musicians and great sound designers and composers and stuff. It's just going to be awesome to see what they do next. And then as an honorable mention, I want to talk about Joe Ford, who released a Contact library through Keep Forest, and it sounds a lot like Doom, and he's a nasty, nasty sound designer. He'll probably do more stuff. I don't know if it's going to be Doom stuff, but you know what? I want to see it regardless. So follow Joe if you don't already.
Sounding good. So let's just add some effects and some ambience and have a listen.
Okay, with that out of the way, let's talk about Argent Metal in 2023 and beyond. There's two things that stick out to me. The first is that, Argent Metal is still tied very closely to the Doom soundtracks, Doom Eternal and Doom 2016. And that's normal. That's like, as somebody who puts the words Doom Eternal in most of the videos that I post, that's kind of unavoidable. This is a genre that was born from that. What I'm hoping for in 2023, I'm going to try to find ways to better hybridize a little bit and make something that is clearly Argent Metal, but wouldn't necessarily fit in a Doom game. And I want to do that more because I think that there's a lot to offer there. The other thing I'm noticing is that there's this big upfront cost, whether it's time or money or both, to make Argent Metal. I think I've spent a lot of money on hardware. I think I've spent a lot of money on software. I think that the techniques involve a lot of digging and being really, really detail-oriented, and that's okay, but it makes it not accessible to people. So that brings me to the call to action for 2023. I want to see folks make way more Argent Metal, and I want them to try to experiment and not be afraid to say this doesn't belong in a Doom game. Make something rad, make something heavy, make something that definitely is inspired and steals from those soundtracks and takes a lot of techniques. But if it doesn't fit in the Doom game, fine, still call it Argent Metal. If you're a sound designy person, if you are good at the technical side of things, try to get those into consumable formats like a sampler or like presets or a sample pack or something, so that the rest of us in the community who want to get those sounds and maybe aren't ready to go and dive all the way in can still make Argent Metal. Those are things I want to see. Have a happy new year, and I'll see you in 23, and let's make so much Argent Metal that it melts the internet. Okay, goodbye.